Hi, I'm Colleen O'Neill, founder of the Master Your Destiny program. I have been working all morning on a video that will eventually get out to you on how to determine what it is that you really want so that you can live a life that aligns what you want in your heart with what you have in your life. But this process has brought up my recovering perfectionist is not quite so recovering, and I thought I would share that message instead. So I have spent much of my life striving to be perfect. Maybe this is something you can relate to. You know, in my childhood, I learned this lesson really well, that in order to be loved, I had to be perfect. And so I spent the rest of my teenage years, my young adult years, striving for perfection. And through that, I became this ridiculous overachiever who was always looking to make everyone around me happy. And I never once stopped to take a moment to ask, do I want this? Is this something I'm interested in? Didn't matter, because I just had to make those around me happy. Guidance counselor says you're good in math and science, you should be an engineer. I'm like, okay. And but I was miserable in the engineering program, but I still wasn't going to stop it. I just said, oh, let's add psychology onto it. So undergrad, I have an industrial engineering degree, a psychology degree, still didn't quite finish what I needed to try to make myself happy. Instead of thinking maybe I should stop or change, I'm like, let's add more. So then I became an emergency medical technician and volunteered for an ambulance squad because, hey, more should be better. Graduation came, and I'm looking and going like, I did it all. Why am I not happy yet? So then I said, let's do more. Let's achieve greater things. Let's keep striving and striving and striving. And as a result, I have tons of awards and accolades, but none of it made me happy. And even when I found out about things that did make me happy, it took a journey, but I eventually found acupuncture. And I really researched to make sure, did I really want acupuncture? And it lit me up and made me feel light, and it was awesome. But then that overachieving piece of me says, just being an acupuncturist isn't enough. You should be an associate professor, and you should be on the accreditation committee, and you should be, part of the state association, and you should do more. And every time I'm committing to all these outside things, I'm not giving myself time for me. And then, of course, I felt the need to be the perfect mother and the perfect friend. I feel guilty because I'm not out there gardening because, I should be a Mother Earth type of person and getting my hands in the dirt because that's what I would love to be able to do. But it didn't fit into my world. And I acknowledged that it was just going to be another to-do, but I felt guilty that I couldn't make it fit into my world. And I just kept striving and striving and striving until, fortunately, one day I had that epiphany that I so needed. And that epiphany was that I don't need to be perfect. I'm there already. There's nothing more I need to achieve to be worthy of happiness. I've done it all. I am perfect as I am. As I was born into this world, I was a perfect being. As I have grown and developed throughout time, I was perfect already. Of course, there's ways I still want to grow and develop, but in that, I'm not doing it to suddenly be worthy for something else. I'm doing it because it's something that I want, something that's going to bring me joy. But this process of doing videos really helped me to see that I'm not quite so recovering of that recovering perfectionist. Trying to get lighting right, and is it at the right angle, and have I said the right things, and am I stumbling over my words? All of that can be really challenging. And then it's not just, I'm great with just standing up and giving a lecture, but this is being recorded and it's going to be up there, and people who may not know me might be looking at this. And, the inner critic and the judge is going, oh, is this worthy to put out there? Who are you to be saying this type of stuff? And so, well, I've been on this journey of being a recovering perfectionist for years. I wanted to share with you that I am not so perfect in being a not perfect perfectionist. That I still at times am striving to reach that level of perfection that is unattainable. And so I wanted to encourage you to join me on this journey. And so for this week, your challenge, if you choose to accept it, is that when you find yourself having that super hypercritical voice in your head about yourself, you know, those words that you would never say to your worst enemy. Somehow we're really comfortable talking to ourselves that way. When you're engaging in that type of conversation with yourself, I want you to say, stop. I'm not doing this. I'm not talking to myself this way anymore. And I just want you to do that. I don't want you to beat yourself up that you've done it. I want you just to stop, because it's okay. And as you do this and practice it more and more, you're going to notice the critical talk a lot sooner, and you'll stop it a lot faster. And you want to celebrate each time you notice you were talking negative to yourself. I don't want you beating yourself up for being negative. I want you to celebrate that you recognized it and that you are stopping being your worst enemy. So we're going to celebrate the joys, celebrate the accomplishments, and just keep moving forward. We're going to be imperfectly perfect in our lives today, here and now, as we are. And I want to just say thank you for listening and joining me on my imperfect journey as well. Thank you. Have a great day.